You can't fix stupid, boy, but you sure can charge for it. Let me explain what I mean by you can't fix stupid. So, I have an account that I really didn't care if I lost it. I wasn't overly concerned with it. Sometimes it's a real pain. You know what? Let me shut this light off. I just pulled the entire wiring harness out of this truck that goes to the back plow. Like I said, it's up for sale, and I'm really surprised because a couple of people have already contacted me. I just posted, I think, yesterday or the day before, and I really didn't think I'd sell a plow this time of year. I thought I'd be sitting on it till fall. But so I have this account I really didn't care if I lost, and this account is big. You know what? I'm going to put a clip in right here while I'm talking, and you guys can see exactly the size of this account. And some of you will know it right off the bat. You've seen me mow it in videos and you've heard me talk about it. But anyway, so this account should be a lot more than what it cost. I know prices vary in different areas, all over the board, just depending on where you live. Sometimes prices are way higher than where they are in my area. Sometimes they're way lower. But just to give you an idea, in my area, a property like this, it has very minimal trimming. It's 90% of it's just mowing. It's roughly 3.25, 3.25 acres of grass to mow, and it's all pretty much just wide open. So Billy and I could get in and out of there in about 50 to 55 minutes. That's mowing, weed whacking, edging, and blowing off. So we can fly right through it. But anyway, so there was a company mowing it for about 15, 16 years, and they were doing it for $90 a shot. I know I never give prices, but for this example, I have to. They were mowing it for about $90, exactly $90 a shot. And that company ended up going bankrupt, which, I don't know. Anyway, so when he went bankrupt, he went out of business or whatever, he gave all his properties to another guy. Well, that guy took it over. He was a friend of mine. And he mowed it, continued to mow it for $90 a cut for the next 3 years. It always looked like crap. I don't think they ever did that good of a job, but I don't know. That's neither here or there. That's just my opinion. So they asked me to take it over. Now, this is my church. And they asked me to take it over, and I told them a couple years. They asked me for like 2 years in a row, almost 3 years in a row, and I kept telling them no, because I knew there was just no way I could make money on this. Now, that being said, being my church, you know, I was like, I guess I could give leeway because it's my church, and I sit on church council, but I really didn't want to do it. I didn't want to get involved. I know it holds water. It's a nightmare to cut in the spring, but after that, it's smooth sailing all the way till fall. And then there's a lot of leaves there in the fall. But I finally agreed to take it over because that company that did it for 3 years, he ended up going out of business and went to work for another local company. He didn't go bankrupt. He just decided to close his down. He'd had enough, and he did a pretty good job cutting it. It usually looked pretty decent, but anyway, so he moved on, and so then that's when I took it over. I did the first year at $90. I agreed to their price, and I was like, you know what? I'm barely breaking even. There's just no way. So the second year, I told them, I said, listen, I'm going to $115. That's my price, $115, take it or leave it. Now, in my area, this property would usually get around $150 to $170 a week to cut this property. That's about the normal for my area. So at $115, it was a huge discount, but I wasn't losing money. I was making, I don't know, I was making a little bit of money. Not where I want to be, but I was making a little bit of money off it. But like I said, it was my church, so I didn't really care that much. So I did it for the last 2 years. For the last 2 years, I've done it for $115 a cut. Well, this year, the guy that was running the property committee for our church council backed out. He said, I've had enough. I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. This other guy took over. Now, this other guy, he he's ridiculous. He even yells at our pastor for leaving lights on certain rooms. Like, he thinks the church is his building. He thinks it's his bills, and he's really, really anal about that. He thought I should be doing it for free as a service because I'm a member of the church. So what ended up happening was I stuck it out to $115. Well, this year, he took over the property committee, and he said he was getting competing bids. Well, he called 2 companies. They both called me and said, listen, we bid it way higher than what you do it for because we know you do it, and we talked you up and told them they should keep you this and that. And I said, I really don't care. So I finally got the call yesterday, and from one of the guys that sits on church council, really cool guy, and he says to me, I just want to let you know we're going to be voting on Sunday for this new company we're going to. I asked who the new company was. They wouldn't tell me. I said, no, I understand. It's cool. No big deal. He goes, I just don't want any hurt feelings, nothing like that. I go, none at all. Not a problem. I'm not even worried about it. I wish you guys the best of luck with the next company. I hope they do a good job. So then I called one of the other companies and I said, hey, you might have gotten that bid because they're not going to use me this year. And he goes, I didn't get it, but I found out who did. And they actually asked me if I would come down to his price. And I told them, no way. The company that took it over bid this property for $50 a cut. You heard that right. $50 a cut to cut a 3 1/4 acre property that you just saw. And that's what he's going to cut it for. Now, I used to do a different church that I took over from him. He had done it for years and years, and they were just sick of him. I did it for 3 years, and then that church told me the following season, going into the 4th season, that they were going back to him. And what I ended up finding out was he agreed to do it for free just to take it back from me. This guy must have a serious issue with me. I don't know. I've never done anything to him, but whatever. So I'm kind of excited. I know it sounds bad, but I'm kind of excited to see what it looks like this year because I know the kind of work he does, and he just totally wrecks everything he touches. It just looks horrible. He leaves lane, clumped up grass everywhere. He ruts everything up. He mows in the rain, and it's just tire tracks. He just does a horrible, horrible job everywhere he goes. But he's been in business a long time, so I don't know. Must be because of his cheap prices, apparently, but that's where it stands right now. And so he took that property over for $50 a week. So I just wanted to share that video with you guys, or that story with you guys in this video. It's cold in here. I know it's kind of a weird one and not the norm, so to speak, but it is what it is, and that's just completely crazy to me, but I'm not upset about it. I actually have picked up so many new lawns this year, and some of them I have to put on that day that I mowed this church on because they were very specific on the days they wanted the church mowed on. It had to be done on Friday or Saturday. So I picked up a bunch of new lawns, 23 so far this year, going into this year, and I retained everything from last year except for 2. So I was going to have to kind of toggle things back and forth anyway to figure out what I was going to put where. So it's actually a blessing to me to not have to do that. But what I'm putting in its place, I will make so much more off of than the slot that this church took up. So it's actually for the best, but really, really weird. Things like that happen, I guess, and that's just what it is. But it puzzles me how people will literally screw themselves just to try to screw somebody else over, which is what I think he really did here. But whatever, it is what it is. Thumbs up, thumbs down like always, guys. A lot more stuff to come. I got a lot of stuff in the making right now. I'm going to update you guys on that Skag as soon as I get it back. Like I told you in that video the other day, the dealer says the valves or lifter or something just need pumped back up and it'll quiet right down. That's what happens to them. But from sitting, but I've had a lot of people commented with that 25 horse Kohler EFI that they had less than 2, 3, I think so, we'll just say less than 300 hours. A number of people have commented saying that they end up having to have the engine replaced. They replaced it under warranty, but they end up having to have the engine replaced because the thing was just shot. It blew through a rod or whatever. And so I'm hoping that's not the case with me. If it is, and I guess I'm glad it's getting fixed now, but I only got about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks before the season's going to kick off to mowing. Next Monday, I'm starting my cleanups. I have, I think, 11 or 12 cleanups I got to knock out, one aeration, overseeding, and fertilizing I got to do, and then I have 5 mulch jobs so far lined up. There's really no timeline on them. I could do them whenever, but that's what I have lined up to start kicking off this season. The mulch isn't going to come yet, but I got to get these cleanups done, which I'll start next week. So, of course, I'll bring you guys along on that, but a few other things I got to do before that. So I'll definitely update you on the skag and let you know where we stand with that. But happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. This is a huge controversy, and I love saying this to all my friends that are Irish on St. Paddy's Day. Everybody is Irish on St. Patrick's Day, except for St. Patrick. That fellow was Italian.